welcome back, y'all. Today we're talking about logic, sadly not the rapper, but we're talking about logic as far as in math, in geometry. This is where we get into another part of doing reasoning, deductive and inductive reasoning. So we first start with statements. Statements can be true or false. People make statements all the time. Now our statements are usually represented. The representation we use for statements is P's and Q's. The P's or Q's. P's usually is the statement. Q is the conclusion. So there is a truth table with everything. So anybody can make a statement, but sometimes it's true. So for example, first statement, a rectangle is a quadrilateral. That's a true statement. Now, if we were to flip that and say, hey, a quadrilateral, I'm going to shorten it, quadrilateral, is a rectangle, is that true or false? Well, we know quadrilaterals are four-sided, but a rectangle is a very specific type of four-sided figure. So just by this statement alone, we have to say that's false, as we'll get into this. Now, negations is a statement that does the opposite of that. When they tell you, hey, negate the statement, make it false or make it true. So for example, here, our original statement that we had, a rectangle is a quadrilateral, is true. So to negate it's really easy. Well, to negate it, and the symbol for negation is a little squiggly line. So this means not or negate. Now, sometimes though, if the original P statement already has a not in it, if I negate that, it will be not or is. So here, a rectangle is not a quadrilateral. That is false. We negate our statement, so it makes it false. Now, compound statements are two statements that we put together by the word and or. And is called a conjunction, and an or is called a disjunction as we get to that. But we'll start with the conjunctions. Conjunctions are ones that start with the and, so it has to be true for both. So, for example here, our P statement, a rectangle is a quadrilateral, true. A rectangle is convex, true. So if we combine this, if we compound this, we say, hey, a rectangle is quadrilateral and a rectangle is convex. You can also shorten it by saying a rectangle is a quadrilateral and is convex. So you don't have to necessarily write rectangle again, but just for the sake of showing where we got that information. So this is now true. Both statements are true. So since both P and Q are true, then the conjunction of P and Q, sometimes you see like this, P up arrow, Q. This statement is true. The whole thing is true. Now, in a conjunction statement, both statements have to be true for the whole thing to be true. There's only one, so if the first one is true but the second one is false, then the whole thing is false as you make your statements here. So a disjunction is an or statement. Or, that means, and the cool thing about disjunction is only one of them has to be true. So for example here, January is a fall month. Individually, that statement is false. January 1st is the first day of the new year. That statement is true. So as the statement goes, January is a fall month or January 1st is the first day of the new year. That whole statement as it is true. Because or lets you pick. Either this is true or this is true. The whole thing is true. The only way a disjunction can be false is both statements are false. So if they say is the first day of Easter, this is false, so the whole thing is false. Now, a disjunction statement is true because only one statement needs to be true. So disjunctions are written like this with the down arrow, P or Q. So as you combine your statement, this is to see what we do. We're going to figure out if it's true. So here we have our P statement, the sky is blue. Our Q statement, the sun is purple. And our R statement, cows have four stomachs. So first one right here says P and R. So the sky is blue and cows have four stomachs. Well, this is a true statement. this is a false statement. And if you didn't know, this is a true statement. So because both P and R are true, then the whole statement is true. Not P or not Q. So not P says the sky is not blue. So the sky is not blue. Or the sun is not purple. This is false, but then this is true. So the whole statement is true. There's another P or R this time. P or R. P, the sun is blue. R, cows have so the sky is blue or cows have four stomach. Both statements are true, so the whole thing is true. You're going to be given statements like this throughout your homework, just individually, and they're going to make them, combine them like this. They may have nothing to do with each other individually or even together, but you look at it as one whole thing. Do I have at least one true statement in an or? Yes, so the whole statement is true. Are both my statements true? Yes, so the whole statement is true. If there's one false in a disjunction, the whole thing is false. If they're both false in a disjunction, I say conjunction here. If there's one false in a conjunction, the whole thing is false. If there's at least one truth in a disjunction, then the whole thing is true. All right, y'all. See you later. Bye.